Where's the game audio? Hello? There she is. I don't need to suffer an FF8 movie. It's pretty chill. How's it going? What's up, Zephyr? Good to see you. Hello, Link. How are we all? Hey, Jericho. Wee moment. Hello, Zion. For the chickies. Let's begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, video. Boom. -4, midnight on Thursday, only 12 to 8. Oh, 4 to midnight and 12 to... Oh, nice. Oh, beautiful. Like, that's a great time. It's like... I was having this conversation with, like... I think it was my mum the other day. About finishing times for work. And it's like... you can finish in the evening, and that's okay. But I feel like 8 o'clock's a pretty... That's a bad time to finish. Because, like, if you finish at 8, by the time you get home, 8:30, you're probably going to get food, assuming you haven't already. And then what can you do with the rest of your day, you know? It's like, what's left? So, like, you can finish at 5 or 6. And then it's like, oh, I've got, like a couple of hours where I can do something. You know, 7 to 10 or 11 or whatever. And thank you for the 58 months, Seth. You ho-ho. Thank you, thank you. So, like, you've got that to contend with. So I remember working in the hospital doing 10 to 6s, which is like the best ever. Because if you want to stay out late, you're not in super early in the next day, but also you get out early enough where you can go out that night if you want to. And do some party. So like, I'm quite okay with those ones, but then the super early one, so like 6 to 2s, also amazing. So obviously, if you're working 6 to 2, you're not, you know, going out late at night. But also you get like the day to enjoy. So 6 to 2s are really good as well. I enjoyed those. Bum, 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 bum. So yeah, it could depend on like person to person and circumstance and situation and such, but yeah. That's kind of my go on it. Dee-dum, dee-da-dum, dee-dum, dee-da-dum. Ra-ba-ba-bum. Beep, 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 beep. All right. All right, all right, all right. Ra-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa. Yup. But yeah, early, like night shifts are awesome. Early shifts are awesome. It's just crazy. It's like everyone's just living their best life. Sharing in the joy of what is even going on here, people, you know? It's good stuff. I like it a lot. Hoorah. Castle theme's awesome. Like it a lot, like it a lot. We'll be hitting up the castle on Thursday, though. It's a bit of a weird one. So again, I'm in the weekend in the arcade, but the fact that Legends is literally a week tomorrow, I really want to make sure that we've got everything locked in for that. We've been going through incentives for each of the runs. I've kind of been I've been playing the what's the right word for this? What's the word to use for this? I don't want to say like bad guy. But like I'm like trying to come up with stupid things. Cause that's what I'm pretty used to and comfortable with. And then you tell people and they're like, no. Like, I don't want that. So like, obviously, FF9 is going to have an Ozma incentive. How could it not? And I was like, okay, what else can we do? Well, we can make FF12, Order of Ambrosia. That only adds another 16 hours. And I'm pretty sure Zero's down to do OOA. It's just fitting it in or figuring it out. But like, I would love to see Zero do Order of Ambrosia. Obviously, we can make FF8 and 9 all bosses, or 8 and 7 and 8 all bosses. Only adds like an hour and a half onto each. Pretty simple. I don't know how cool Zeal would be with doing 7 all bosses. I don't know if he's done it before. Of course, you could also do an incentive for Emerald and Ruby weapon. So it doesn't have to be all bosses, but just the super bosses. And that's honestly like pretty doable if you know how to do it. So it's basically you go to you get the thing from Sector 5, right? Like you go in the front and you can get a thing there, I think. I don't even remember. But you get W item, and you basically just dupe speed sources and strength sources. Jericho, do you mean my role at the event? Or like that being an incentive. Alright. Let's get ourselves a quizzes card. I think, well, one of the things that's probably maybe like this is very normal for me and a very standard part of stuff that I do anyway. like, that's the thing. So, like, I come up with the stupid ideas and make them happen. That's, I guess, part of my job. Alright, so, Geese, Fung, Gila, Fast Cat. And this is Biggs and Wedge, which is frame 3. So, Fungwar top right. Fast Hidakal on center. Gila bot right. And Caterpillar center left. Hello, Krizdis. Welcome to the party. As Paz. Now we continue. So next up is Fish Fins. As far as like tracking goes, not like literally the next thing in the run. Okay. Give me my gifts. I wish to see them. Okay, okay. But then there are other like more silly things for each of them. So some of it's like, okay, let's do like a category switch or whatever. So like just having a rolling incentive to do card games in 8 and 9. Could also do mini games in 7, which is always fun. Hunts in 12. Don't know anything for Lightning Returns. For 15 as well, I'm not really certain because it's the Out of Bounds run. So like I don't know if you can do costume changes or if like I don't know how much you need in the run for the manip stuff and the oobs to work. Alright, so we're doing some shenanigans, so let's enjoy. Alright, no worries, here I go. Then we've got like incentives that will just happen at any point. So like switching the controller, 2 people, 1 controller, eating certain things, stuff like that. So those are just generic incentives that can happen at any point. Some of them that will affect the run, some of them that will not. Okay. Oh my god, up button, please work. Thank you. Crazy. Unbelievable. Just gonna check how many I got. 3? That's okay. 3's fine. Bats and bombs. Alright, so I want to have 3 thunders left. Kind of for safety more than anything else. I only need 1. Let me just do this. Alright, so we're at frame 3. Alright, let's roll. But yeah, so that's like one of the big things. And then we also have to make sure we've got things that people like will agree to and are cool with. So like if you think about the kind of things you would see at crowd controls, like we've got incentives along those lines. But if we were to take like remove all your equipment or drop equipment, I don't know. Some of these runs might get a little crazy. So we'll see. But we'll obviously also have, like, I definitely want to have free reign as well on if people come up with a fun suggestion and they're putting money in for it, I'm there. I always have been, I always will be. Money talks, and I listen. I'm there for the people. Oh. Alright, so because I did the menu inside Fire Cavern, I'm probably going to be a little bit ahead of steps, so we're going to have to force this baton counter on the next screen. There we go. If you do the menu before getting into there, you don't advance or like pause the steps or whatever, so yeah. Don't worry about that. So we should both have like literally just like one each is fine. 3 is fine. 3 on both, totally fine. Cool. Now we can menu. Do a little switch out. And then heal anyone in yellow. Don't need anyone in yellow for this now. Now I should have 24 AP on Shiva and Quetz. This is very important. Because we'll get 6 from the Fasted Calons. I only want to do 1 Fasted Calon fight. Traditionally, with the route that I'm doing, you do 1-5. So you kill both Fasted Calons in one, and you kill one Fasted Calon in the other. So hopefully I get this right. Because we're doing some init. Don't expect it necessarily to go right, but I'll try my best. Okay, struck first, which means... Okay, so I have to wait. So that's a quiz this, and that is 27. And then cross quiz this 27. Okay. And now I need to remember what it is. So it's on the 4th attack. Right? 4th attack, you do the magics. Or is it the 3rd attack? Why don't I remember? Fuck. Give me a second. Don't mind me.
Hello, everybody. We're going to the this is fish attack squall 24. Squall fish squall 36. And here we go. It's already found it. If you're inputting this live, you problem onto the second thunder as quick as we can. And then the second thunder as quick as we can. On the 3rd animation, we're going to cast thunder with the first available character onto the first available fish. So,
all right. Okay. And then swap cast on second. Okay, here we go. Fuck. I think I went early. So we're probably fucked. Bloody fucking hell, man. They got so many attacks off. Alright, anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Shit! I could have sworn I saw the fucking animation. Well, we shall see. Did I get none? Fuck my asshole, you're fucking kidding me. Oops, hang on. Fuck. Come on, use your fucking eyes. Shit the fucking bad, man. Fuck my asshole on 2. Fucking hell. That's fucked up, you know that, right? That's really fucked. Fuck me. Should have gone over this before. Fuck! Back attack.
And then phase 3 is just the easy beer fishes.
Squall cross 34. $36. Okay. Fuck! I hate this shit! It's the fucking down inputs happen so fucking slowly in fights, you know that. It's so hard to fucking not go too fucking fast. Like, I really hate this shit. I really fucking hate that shit. It's fucking annoying. Fuck me, man. Come on, you fucking assholes. That's really fucking annoying. I fucking hate that shit. I really fucking hate it. Right. Fucking assholes, man. These fucking assholes. Okay, quiz is 25. Fuck's sake, man. Use your fucking eyes, you asshole. Quiz is 17. Quiz is going first. Great. Okay. Fuck me, man. Fuck me. Alright. Third attack. Fourth attack. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fuck! Fuck! The fucking thing fucked me over because I got low fucking health. Am I on 6? Oh, fuck me. I'm fucking pissed the fuck off. This is bullshit, fucking shit, and I fucking hate it. How the fuck did I not fucking see the fucking counter fucking stopping and the fucking count? Fuck. Bloody fucking shit bollocks, cunt fucker, man. Bloody fucking hell. Way! Fucking worked. You bloody shithead. Moving on. Anyway. There should be no suffering. It should be really fucking easy, but apparently no. Like, apparently just I'm a complete asshole. Can't fucking manipulate fish fins for shit. Maybe we could just fucking start over. Shouldn't especially matter. That was really fucking shitty though. Kind of annoyed. Oh, fucking thunders, man. Such a bollock. This is the shit that I hate about doing a run where the time matters in any way whatsoever. I am so hateful of it now. Because it's like the game's really fucking fun, the run is really fun, and I really enjoy doing them. But there's nothing more frustrating than when you are doing a run for time and like you fuck up or you get behind and you're like, well, I'm fucked now. Especially like when you make mistakes, like that's the worst. And like if the game fucks you over, it's like, oh well, big deal, don't care. But when you fuck you over, it's the worst thing. It's the worst feeling in the world. When you're like, well, what's the fucking point? Why bother? Just turn the fucking game off and start again. But no, because it's fucking marathon practice. This is the fucking... Literally the first run, and I'm already fucking furious. This is what happens when you get off the horse. The horse bucks. It knows. Fuck me, man. It happened with FF7 a couple of years ago as well, when I was going to be doing that at summer. Every single run that I did, I got angry at. And as soon as I knew I couldn't PB, there was nothing fun about doing the run. It's such a caustic mindset. I don't even know how to get out of it or anything like that. It's like, I don't have a switch in my head, which is, this isn't a serious run, or this is a marathon run, or this is a practice run, or this is a no reset run, and all that shit. Like, it all feels the same. So unless you're doing like practice where the timer literally doesn't matter whatsoever, you're doing a speed up run, or you're using save states and shit like that. It all feels the same. Like, it should be, what, like -2 minutes or something. Like, you shouldn't even... Furious that I even had to do a second fish fin fight. Absolutely ludicrous. Though I did check my ability, which means that I did learn Ice Magic Refine after the first fish fin fight, which is very important because of the way the junctions are. Well, there we go. Now we continue. Such fine driving from our colleagues. Chicken woos. Extreme slide. Naturally pan style. Welcome to twitch.tv. So there's a real tricky thing in the minute where during the holiday season, I mean, I can tell you this, I don't care. I assume it was all partners, maybe affiliates as well, I don't know. If you go into your stream settings, well, not like the stream settings, but like, let's say Stream Manager, there's a notification in your settings where it says ads. And it's always had like the ad thing. So it used to be like 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and how much money you might make. And it was like they give you like an average number, and then they switched it to a range, and the range is hilarious. So it might be like if you run 7 minutes of ads per hour, you could get $100 to $400, and it's like what a nothing statement. You know, just completely takes all meaning out of having it. Well, I think like, when you've got ranges like that anyway, that's what I think. But during the holidays, the genuinely Twitch are suggesting people up their ads, and they're like, you should probably move to like a higher amount of minutes. So get ready for even more ads this holiday season here at twitch.tv. Life in the Tubulian, super slow. I haven't played in a long time, honestly. Since I moved here, it's been in storage. And by that I mean it's in the cave, as I'm calling it. So once I move into the new apartment, I'll have to find like a space for it. The reality is I will probably be leaving it in the ESA HQ, because there's no way I'm going to be practicing tuba in an apartment block. No one's ever going to be like, I really like it when this guy practices one of the loudest instruments right next to my walls. Well, that's the thing, Pan Style. I mean, like, full disclosure, obviously I am quite aggressively running ads on the VOD channel, which there's no reason not to. It's again, it's like, you know, if you ever want to catch stuff that I've done, there's a place to watch it. Like, if you're like, oh, I've got 20 minutes and I don't know what to watch on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, you can throw it on and it's, you know, it's nice background stuff. It's there for you. So yeah, it is what it is. I mean, that's a thing as well. Like, when I first started playing music, I played violin. And I was really bad at it. And it's very hard to be incentivized to do something that sounds bad. And violin is an instrument that is very hard to make sound good. There are lots of instruments where, like, you can get basic fundamental skills, or you can, like, play a tune and it sounds like the tune, but it won't necessarily sound very nice. And then there are instruments where the whole thing is really difficult. So that can be tough to deal with, you know, especially if you've got like family or neighbors and stuff, and they're like, I don't want to listen to that. It's pretty unpleasant, you know? But it's also really important that, you know, you do it, you stick to it, and you're encouraged appropriately and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, electronic instruments have got that really nice benefit of you don't have to worry about others hearing when you're plugged in. Same for like electric drums and stuff. It's like, it's really easy for people to be like, I don't want to play the electric drums. It's like, yeah, but would you rather play the electric drums or no drums? You know? But yeah, eventually I got there. So I mostly practiced in school and stuff when I was young. It's tough, but it's something that, like, I think it's really important. To encourage people. And try to get them to see the value in what they're doing and where it can be. Because there's so many people, like, it's one of the most obvious things ever, where so many people will come in, like parents, grandparents, speak to a musician and be like, oh, I wish I learned Oh, I wish I'd spent more time learning an instrument. Oh, I wish I'd done this. And it happens all the time. And it's a wild thing for like how much people are like, oh, orchestral instruments are lame and rubbish. And I hear them in classical and romantic music's boring and the rest of it. And then 20, 30 years later, oh, I really wish I'd learned to play the violin or the piano or whatever. World's crazy place. But yeah, doing it right's really tough. And it's like the olden days of you just did what you were told. Kind of. I think in some aspects don't play as well now, where like I just remember like when I went to a lesson, the teacher was like, play this, and you just played it, and there wasn't really a consideration of like you didn't go into a lesson with, I wish I was playing this music, or I'd like to play this style. You just did what it was, and you didn't really have an opinion on what kind of music. Like no one went into a violin lesson or a trumpet lesson being like, I want to play this song that's in the charts or this K-pop or whatever. And like, but all the time now, people go in and they're like I want to learn the music that I listen to. That's awful. Like, because a lot of the music's not written for that. And sometimes there are a lot of techniques that aren't appropriate on certain instruments, so it's never going to sound the way you want it to. It's tough. Miss the good old days. You went into the room, you got told what to do. Teacher would have a ruler or a drumstick. If you didn't do what you were told, you got hit in the leg or on the wrist. And I was like, all right, guess I'm gonna do. And you learn to love that shit. That's the truth. 5-6 years into playing the tuba, man, I fucking loved it. I wanted to do nothing more than just play the tuba. Alright, I'm gonna force an encounter at the end of the bridge. And we're gonna go to the soldiers here. Like, I grew up in a musical family, but like I don't think anyone in my family was in the opera. From what I recall anyway. I'm just trying to think. Cheeky poo here, or not? Okay, dick. Well, that's the thing. It's like it's not too late, and you totally can. And also, not only can you, should you? And by that I mean like you should like do it. God, when I was in school, I think one person played clarinet. Maybe not even. I'm trying to think. Like in my GCSE, I don't even remember everyone in my GCSE class. In my A-level class, it was trombone, trumpet, guitar, like electric guitar. I was on tuba, flute. I don't remember. I believe there were 8 of us in the class. I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure we didn't have any clarinetists. Like there were clarinetists in the school. I don't think any of them did A-level music. Is basically what I'm getting at. Oh, bonkus. Cool. But yes. Health's all good. Let's rock and roll, baby. Yeah, I was very fortunate. Like, I went to school, we had like we definitely had a 100-piece choir, and we had like 30, 40-piece string orchestra, 40-piece wind band. Like, music was very good at the school I went to. In fact, our music and performing arts were both excellent. Awesome. Well, I only found out like a few years ago that my granddad's very into opera, and he worked in an opera house as like, I don't know, some sort of like server, reception, tickets, that kind of thing. Yeah, it was really good. Like, we won everything. Like, there wasn't really that big a competition anytime we did contests and stuff. And then every Christmas when we would do our carol service, past students from the year before would be able to sing in the main choir, and past students from previous years to that would go to the balcony at the back and sing. It was absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And we would do Handel's Messiah every year, which is just outstanding. Absolutely love it. Okay. Biggs Welch and Elverett. Going down to Funky Town. Set it up for the bass solo. Some dirty trumpet in that soundtrack. Well, in the place I was teaching at, so there were something like 30 schools in the trust. Trust is basically, let's just say, a group of people that own a group that owns a bunch of schools. And like music and sport were the two things, like the two things that like the trust were like unwavering on. It's like, this is, you know, we do everything, but we are especially supportive of music and PE, or music and sports. And the flagship school had like an amazing offer, which was you got lessons for incredibly cheap, like £30 a term, like 100, basically maximum of like £100 a year. Right? And the school I was at, you had to pay the full cost unless you were exam class, GCSE A level, in which case you got a particular discount. Full price, £660 per year. GBP, work out in your own currency. I don't know what it is, sorry. Now that's an insane difference, right? Try convincing someone to pay 660 quid for lessons for their kid. It's almost impossible to do. But not only that, they had a second one where if you played 2 instruments, you got even cheaper lessons for both instruments. Uh-oh. I'm not triggering there so I don't kill. Oh, let's get him. What's up, you guys? How's it going? Hey, Ice Bear. Well, the cool thing about the draw system is you get GFs. They don't really draw magic in the run, particularly. Happens a little. Go, 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 go. Get him! Yes! Huge! Didn't get Storm Breath off. Absolutely delicious. I love it. 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 Yeah, draw's tricky. There are much better ways of getting magic and things. So, yeah. Cards really like what it's about. The draw system is basically the card system, only worse. Or I guess card mod, only worse. But it's a banging game. Should we do soundtrack reviews at Legends? Poorly for a week and a half? Yeesh. Just figured out how to fix that. Hope you're doing well tomorrow too. Well, I mean, we all know how to fix it, right? Exercise and nutrition. That's the thing. You get trapped in the completionist mindset. And it's like when you find out that if you level up, the enemies level up, and it's like, okay, well, the good thing is that I'm leveling up, so I do more, even though you might not necessarily do a lot. But the problem is that the enemies do more, so that's a bad thing. But the enemies get more powerful magic, and that's a good thing. Yeah, it's really easy to miss. Really easy to miss GFs. Yo, Fratellos, thank you so much for 81 months, man. I think there are loads of people who haven't played the game, honestly. But yeah, Life Magic are fine. Very nice. That's literally all we use Siren for. But yeah, how did you fix your ailments, Yugachi? There's It's random between 1 to 9. You don't manipulate like drawing more magic. There's no ability or strat or anything. It's just what it is. Get him. Well, fortunately for me, I did play 7 before 8 came out. So I was like, 7's the greatest thing I've ever experienced in my life. I will never love anything like I love this game. So when 8 came out, I was like, well, I'm going to play it. Unfortunately, I really enjoyed it. And even in my casual playthrough, like I got my characters to level 100. Nice. So if anyone's wondering why not to res Squall there, after a certain amount of attacks, Exciton will use a laser beam, and it'll kill you if you res. It does more than 60 damage. So if he didn't die or get knocked down there, I would wait until the laser attack to revive Squall so that I can do my Renzo again, but that worked out pretty well. But yeah, like my party was Squallzel Irvine. You know, got the Lionheart, got the Exer, got the Urgies. Like I actually used Weapons Monthly Manual. So if anyone doesn't know, you don't actually have to get Weapons Monthly to be able to synth any of the items. As long as you have the recipe, it'll show up in the shop. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. The thing I find Yugachi really annoying of late, it's my back. So my like thoracic spine, so like 2/3 up, for whatever reason, it like gets really tight when I'm lying down in bed, and I don't know why or how or what for or anything like that, but it does happen at times. Fortunately, no headaches. I've had like a couple of headaches since getting here, but like not because of not because of that, I don't think. Okay. The junctioning stream for junctioneers. It may just be. Nah, I don't think anyone's going to hate you for not playing 7. You know, we're now, I believe, in an age where like the desperate love for 7 is really, really neutralized. But yeah, I did actually end up really enjoying 8, 9, 10. I didn't even know FF11 existed. FF12 wasn't so hot for me. So yeah. Nine's great. But yeah, like deep heat, deep cool, really good. Really helps with muscles. Quality, whatever you call that thing. Mobility routine. Yeah, but I mean, like, I feel fairly confident if I didn't speedrun, I would never have played. I certainly wouldn't have finished 12. I wouldn't have played 11, 13, 14, 15, or 16. I don't think. Like, I didn't have people who were excited about it that I knew. So like outside of speedrun and streaming, I wouldn't have ever had an interest. And if it weren't for things like having the races of the PlayStation games, like I probably would have had less interest in things. So like I did FF7, that was the game I ran for a year. And then there was like, oh, FF8 raced to Diablos, like the first hour and a half. And then FF9 raced to Black Waltz 1 or Black Waltz 3. Like hour and a half. And then FF10 raced to Sin Spongino. And FF12 raced to Belius. And all of these like 1.5 to 2 hour race categories were like really nice intros to the games and the speedruns. So that was a super good way to get interested and get involved in stuff. Ten's amazing. I absolutely love 10. Absolutely love 10. Such a good story. 8's my favorite story. But 10's a banger. And yeah, I think a lot of people spent more time. I don't know if it's because 10 was bigger, had more in it, or things took more time to do or whatever, but like I feel like a lot of people were like, they would do 60, 70 hours or whatever in um 7, 8, 9, and then people went over 100 when they got to FF10. It seemed to be quite common. Yeah, 6 is rad. Like 6, I feel like people who've played 7, 8, 9, and 10 will be able to enjoy 6 pretty well. Anything before then is quite different, like as far as the presentation, the gameplay, the mechanics, and stuff like that. But I feel like most people could play 6 and have it still feel pretty Final Fantasy-y. But yeah, like I tried 12. I think I got halfway through, if even. And got bored, yeah. I just wasn't interested in finishing it, which is really weird. It was the first Final Fantasy where I was like, I'm not that into it. It was like, there's just a bunch of desert. So that was a very, very much a reality for me. Like I tried to beat 12 2 times and wasn't able to do it. Well, like I could have done it, but wasn't interested in doing it. And until I speedran it, and I was like, oh my god, there's so much incredible stuff in this game that I didn't know about. But for a lot of people, like I would suggest, play 7 again with one character. Do a solo character playthrough of 7, but play it normally, and it's really fun. And I feel like the balance is really good. Alright. 45. Which is something like... Hang on, I'll do the maths later. I needed to do the maths, but forgot to. That's fine. But yeah, so like 9, yeah, definitely like for Ozma, certainly a lot of grinding to go into that. 7's really lighthearted because it's very fast. You just like blast in the battle, go pew 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 pew, attack a bunch, like, and you've got things like 4-cut / all. Very easy to kill things. You don't get that in FF9. Like, if you want to do an all attack, you have to do magic. And that's got a longer animation. But yeah, I've done everything in 12.9. Like, I've done an Order of Ambrosia, so that was really satisfying. I enjoyed that a lot. But yeah, super like 13. Really, really fun speedrun. Really enjoyable mechanically. Yeah, Rabanustra is good. Oh wow, that was some real emotional connection, attachment issues going on there. I understand. I mean, I've never played 13 normally. I have done all missions. And that was a real bummer. So, like, when I did FF12 any %, I was like, this is one of the greatest speedruns of all time. It's really, really hard. It's really satisfying. And you can pretty much always get yourself out of a rough spot, which is really nice. And then Order of Ambrosia was like, okay, it's that plus more. And for some of the bigger, harder boss fights, there are different strats and tech and stuff. So it wasn't you were just doing the same thing over and over again with enemies with more hit points. Like there are other strats, which is really cool. And the other content has got a lot of puzzles, and you're doing a lot of RNG manip, so it's very dynamic. There's a lot of RNG manip and tracking in 12, to be honest. Like, a lot of it. There's a PC HD version there, and it's like got an hour faster loading time. But you can also play PC with cutscene removal, which people are really fond of. So it brings down the time significantly. Like on PC, you can beat the game in 3 hours now. Very cool. Like half the game. Like on console, I don't know what the fastest console CSR time is. Well, I guess it would have to be on emulator. I don't know if you can do it on the actual hardware. But like, it took the run down to like 5 hours. It is about 5 hours of cutscenes. Could be closer to 6, maybe 5.5 to split the diff. But yeah, it's substantial. Oh, we should definitely have a donation incentive to do everyone do the ballroom dance from FF8, because I bet no one knows how to do it. Although I could definitely do the role of Squall. Just have to punk into people. So I will clear the space. Time to dance. We should probably do Clara dance. And the ballroom. So Clara dance is almost exclusively jumping on the spot and rotating 90 degrees. This is a real waltz. Like, it's a proper waltz. But you also want it to be awful. Yeah, it's literally well, okay. But the thing about it is a literal. It's like, but it's not like they don't just like rotate on the same axis. It's as if there's a circle of influence, and they go from like forwards, and then they rotate on that center point 90 degrees. It's incredible. But yeah, you could learn you would be able to physically do the FF8 dance perfectly. Like a human being could do that dance. Whenever we do the Clara dance, like people are throwing themselves into corners. It's great. Because you've got the people who are like, no, I'm just gonna stand still and turn, and you've got the people who are like, no, I'm gonna make my body rotate 90 degrees against this center axis, and someone's gonna get hurt. It's a proper dance. It's just not very humanly possible. Like, if you had something like a metal rod or a firm rod attaching you to the person behind you, you would maybe be able to swing yourselves like that. Like, you can jump, but you can't jump at that angle. But it's a banger dance. I love the Clara dance. We could also just switch the dances. Have everyone do the waltz during Clara dance and do Clara dance during the waltz. See, I would also want to like do it in time. See how bad it would be. Because it would be fun. Rise is gone. Alright. It's very hard to get leadership qualities, you know, when you 2 years and became a leader. Where's your line manager? What's she doing? Where's the CPD? What is the school doing to support our girl Quizdis? You know what I mean? It's a Japanese thing more than anything else, I think. It's very common though. Yeah, I think so. Like, isn't like Barrett 32 or something? Like, but yeah, and then but you've got like anime characters, and it's like, oh, like a character that looks like a baby who's like 1,000 years old is also quite common. There's some really, there's some pretty crazy out there things. Yeah. That. Yeah, she's got like she's got the years behind her, as it were. Well, Oren's got a very unique situation in that, you know, he died in his 30s, but, you know, has been living as a faith or whatever, you know, for a long time. Like, he definitely looks a lot older than 35, even though he should look, he should look the age he was when he died. I don't really know, because he, like, you see the scene with him in Unalaska where he breaks his neck, and he looks young. But yeah, he aged for some reason. Hey Nardigo, how's it going? So I don't really know how that happened. But it did. But yeah, like the Oren character is awesome. Sid's awesome in 7. Like those cranky old guys. We want, what's it, Master, I was about to say Master Ginyu. What's Master Roshi from Dragon Ball Z? Maybe less pervy, but like that kind of cranky, crabbity old man character is really cool. Yeah, I mean, like, it's totally appropriate for the games and styles. There's nothing, like, real about that. I don't think anyone's going to be, like, questioning the reality of it. But these are tropes that work. Like, if they didn't, I'm sure the games wouldn't have taken off. Or, like, that would have changed over time. Yeah, you can be like mature and be different and whatever, but also like I think there's something to be said for like when developers make characters who feel older than they are. I think the characters tend to either feel more real or whatever than if they tried to do teenagers, because there's so many times where in games and TV and film, the writers or the directors or the producers or whatever the person is, they write for a kid or a teenager and it feels really insincere or fake, or like a teenager would never speak or act like that. And I've never felt that characters in Japanese media feel out of place, or like, oh, this is like the stereotypical perception of what this character is, but it feels really forced. I feel like it's always done really, really well. I mean, the thing about 12 is there are no main characters. Obviously, Balthier is the leading man. That is fact. That's canon. Which is not to say that he's the main character. So, even though an amount of the game is played through the lens of Vaughn, you need to have that character to set up the others to share knowledge and information. Same as Titus in FF10. He's a real Dumbo. Alright, let's not F this up. It sure does. The ESA Marathon website, and just scroll down slightly, it'll be there. Or you can click on schedule and you'll see the schedule. Yeah, I mean, Plank Signal and Tyr were all there. Ida was there as well. Like, you at some point you might have seen them on stream. And Big Boy's dead. Very nice. Let's go. So I know what you're all thinking. Hang on a minute. Why haven't you gotten Zal yet? You're about to see him. Now that I've got all the OP cards. Can you get out of the car, man, please? So yeah, it's time to do that. So let's bring the tool up and hope for the best. So it was frame 3. Biggs and Wedge. Let's get our... Wait, what in the ever-loving hell? Oh, no, I don't want the calculator. Oh gosh, it's on the screen. Ugh. Okay. Here we go. Ooh. Okay, so it is Fung, red, because Diablo's a frit, and the cards are 2736, 27. Wait, hello? Please work. 2736, 7365, 2414, 7427, 7274. Got it. Okay, let's win this. here we go. Oh, Christ, it's right at the start. Fuck, that'll be probably late. But my God, was the timing shit. That was really hard to time. Fuck, we got lucky. And I mean lucky. The fucking snake was inside. Pardon me. Woo! Let's go. Zell card. Whoop whoop. Boom. Boom. Alright, let's rock and roll, baby. As Paz. First try, every try. So free. So Shoney's. Alright, here we go. Oops. I want to buy some shit. Okay. Oh, Biggs and Wedge get dogged on in it. Yeah, it's entirely reasonable. 100%. Alright. Lost Odyssey. Oh, I've never played Lost Odyssey, but yeah. It's been on the list for a long time. I want to get through all the Xenogears, Xenosaga, Lost Odyssey, the Tales games, and all that stuff. Yeah, there are a lot of things that I would like to get to that I have not gotten to. Ooh. Anyway, so yeah, other than setting the space up for the stream, it's incentives. So we've got like the game scheduled people and hotels and all that stuff. So that'll be it. And like the list, I mean, there will be things. It's going to be interesting, I think. So we've got options for how we do it. So for ESA Summer and ESA Winter, there's the download page. You click on download. Download. There's the donate page. You click on the download link. And let me get my head right. So you click on donate, and then you put like your details, the amount, and then on the right you get a drop down menu to select an incentive to donate for. And then you choose how much it is that you're putting towards it. Now that's great because you can see how much an incentive is made, and you can see what the incentives are from a drop down menu and just select. And then if it's a bid war, you can select the bid war and manually choose a name for a thing. But we're also going to have rolling incentives that can be redeemed at any point for a fixed amount per donation, which will be separate from that. So that's a little trickier. So for example, we haven't overhauled the donation tool. There is, okay, so GDQ Tracker 2.0 has been, I guess it's now shared as open source or whatever, or it's been updated or released or whatever it is. BSG used it. As far as I know, we're not using it for Legends, and the intention is to use it for Winter. But if we've got, so let's say for $25, so a single individual $25 donation allows you to switch out who's playing the game. For example, you would be able to say in your donation $25 for controller swap, and that's fine. But you would also be able to select an incentive that has a total amount. So let's say there's like a bonus run that's $500. And it's like, do we want that to be possible? So it's, I don't know, we're going to have to figure out the practical and the implementation of things. Because we do want things like a $20% run or a crowd control run where you can have the same thing redeemed multiple times. But we also want cumulative ones. So like if it gets met during the run or by a certain time, something happens kind of thing. Crossing the road, going through a truck, because we can. So yeah, it should be really fun on that perspective, but tracking it might be a little tougher. But we also don't want to just manually have someone who's just tallying donations for the whole time. That would be really unfulfilling. So we're going to have to figure out a way to do that. And then finalize the list on it. Because like there are some things we can do that'll add crazy amounts of time onto it. Like if you change every run from any percent to 100%, you know, you can add 30, 40, 50 hours on pretty comfortably. They're banging, yeah. Like going to Dalit later on, you're like, wait a minute, you can go through Dalit like normally, and go in the houses and see the card queen and the guy that does the thingamajig and the place with the books and all that, and the painter man. Such immersive game experience. It's amazing that she can get such a spread of notes on the piano without moving her hand. Dude, we should get a piano. For Legends. And who can play, other than me, who can play piano at Legends? There must be a pianist somewhere in the ranks. Does anyone know what any of the runners can play musically? Like, I might have brought a MIDI keyboard with me, but with like a 2-octave range, you wouldn't be able to do certain things. Dream cycle, dream era, dream console, dream life. Dream big. Talkie with the slit dress. Yes. This is good talk. Take notes, people. This is how you have a conversation with your future lover. You find them in a hotel. Chat to them while they're doing their set. You know, and just get close. Who could resist? Hey Kaiser, there's a gun. Well, hang on. Is Laguna not Squall's dad? I thought, did he get with Julia? I agree. I was thinking that. I was thinking that too, Kaiser. I think everyone hasn't played FF8 enough recently. I need to look up the story of this game. Who did Laguna get with? It's not. So Alone is Squall's sister, right? Who could it like? So did Adia give birth to anyone? Who are the moms in this game? Who are the damn moms? No, Laguna and Rain never got together. Rain is not Squall's mom. Hell no, and a fuck handbasket. I was supposed to choose option 3 there, but my brain rejected it. Like, I thought Rain was like Laguna's carer, right? There's no, she wouldn't have, no. 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 In the ending sequence? No. Squall loses his face in the ending sequence and Zal eats some hot dogs. That's all that happens in the ending sequence. Renoa's got the fucking Feather of Destiny. You know, I will find you in the desert, the barren wasteland. That's all that happens. No. Well, yeah, but like, it's all about the hot dogs. Hot dogs and Zal. But like, no. You know? But who did Julia get with? Like, it's not like what the Kairos or ward, right? They're not dads, are they? The general dude. Oh, like the Caraway? Glad to provide it, Eddie. No. Julian General Caraway did nope. I refuse to believe it. I think I messed up Renault Skip because I'm an idiot. Because I spoke to Selfie because I'm spending too much time doing other things instead of clipping through this guy. Do I need to change my analog setting maybe? Just popped out of his shoulder there, no big deal. Oh. Yeah. There's a light consideration that I have a lot of the time is spending more time engaging in chat than the video game itself. Man, dude, your shoulder is just not open for business today, is it? Here we go. Come on, let me in. 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 Gosh darn it. Let me inside you. Come on, Watts. Just let me in. There we go. Good boy. Alright, we're good. Anyway. Anyway, all worth it. Can we continue? Yeah, they're like, what's this guy doing? And I was like, I feel like I've seen an opening in this man's chest cavity. I don't know about you, but I think it's right there. And I'm prepared for landing. Oh, boy me. Delicious. Anyway. Caraway? No. It's the perfect plan. It makes perfect sense. Have I seen the dummy president? Yeah, the son's just like him. That guy didn't give birth to Renoa. It didn't happen. I mean, like, I know that Caraway is Renoa's dad, but, like, there's no way. No, not with Julia. So we're just gonna like go boom, right? And everyone's like, selfie, too much, too far. too far. I mean, I think Timber are pretty lax on a lot of things that they do. I don't think they're really taking the time out of their day to check. Like, how many other trains are there? Like, this is the only train. There's like one rail. All the trains go to the same place. Like, if you go on the world map, you can run after the train. There only is one of them. I was meant to press down and it's okay. This actually is like my kryptonite, this minigame. So I see the numbers, and then when I look at the diagram on the right side, my brain gets weird. It's super. I don't know what it is. There are a couple of moments when I've played games, and this has happened, where like I have to look, like I have to see direct, like things from different directions. How's it going, Hab? How are you? And my brain just doesn't process it very well. This is one of these ones where like I see 4 numbers, but then I see them in like in order 1, 2, 3, 4. But I don't see them in a grid formation, so yeah. Oh, I hate it when you play on PC and it's like B1, B3, and I'm like, what is that? What's B1? Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. That would completely screw me up. Good luck, yes. Well, fortunately, there's an audio pack you can just replace the files with. And then you get the PlayStation music. And it's totally allowed now, which is amazing. Oh, okay. For me, it's very obvious. Like MP3 versus MIDI. Oh, my dude, thank you for the 29 months up. My eyes have deceived me and I did not see. I'm so sorry. But yeah, like, no, if you mean OGG files like OGG, like MP3 and OGG can sound identical. But yeah, so there used to be a weird thing early on in the PC speedrunning days of Final Fantasy VIII, where you weren't allowed to import MP3s for the soundtrack because I don't know what, but I think it sped up something. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was like a loading time or I don't know what it was. I just remember that it was banned because the tracks changed the speed of something. And then someone figured it out, and it's like if you go on speedrun.com, like the files are there, and it tells you how to put them in, you know, your Steam folder or whatever, so you get the original music. Oh, God! We should listen to some MIDI versus original in a bit. Get a feel for the shenanigans. Oh, really? Black Mage music? That would be interesting. Like I feel like the arrangements of the Black Mages are more song structure rather than video game structure, where it's just like, you know, one section on loop or like an A and a B section and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, like if you gift someone something, you don't expect to get that back, right? You know, like when you gift your heart to someone, and they're like, "Fuck you, boy, Lamau." And you're like, well, I guess I'll start rebuilding that from scratch. I don't know why. What am I on? But yeah, the Black Mage stuff's awesome. Although I feel like they do quite a few like guitar or keyboard solos in the middle of tracks. That could be pretty interesting. Like you're in the middle of the it's not the Undying. What's the final boss music? The ending, the deafening. It's something, there's something in the what can I remember? The Extreme. There it is. Oh yeah, I definitely got all of those right. I knew it was that kind of thing. But like imagine imagine that, and it's all like really intense boss music, and things are going down in the biggest of ways, and then you just get this funky keyboard solo, and you're like, oh yeah. And you just start jamming out and die to Ultimacia because of it. Hey, Josie Lemon. What's up, Slayrod? How's it going? Yeah, a lot of the final boss tracks are awesome. Although it's like, Ultimacia is pretty interesting because like the fight runs sequentially without gaps. So it goes from like Ultimacia into Griever, into Ultimacia Junction Griever, into the Ultimacia Final Form or whatever. Whereas like in FF7, for example, you fight Genova Synthesis, then the screen goes black, you do a menu. And you do Bizarro Sephiroth, and then it goes to black, and then you go to Safer Sephiroth. So it feels like 3 separate fights. Whereas like 8s are all built into one and have the separate music. Force the encounter here. Didn't even need to force the encounter. Our elite soldier. Yeah, the music's absolutely banging. Like, there are big distinctive moments between them. Like 7 and 8 soundtracks have got like some similarity, maybe in terms of instrumentation, orchestration, how the sounds are put together. 9's very symphonic, orchestral, choral, stuff like that. 7 and 8 are much more industrial, electronic. And then 10's like a really nice mix of the two. So it's got your orchestral tracks, but it's also got some real like spanky, funky, guitar-y, and some like, then you've got your big synth tracks like on Seymour, like Seymour Omnis. So it's like 10 does a really interesting job. Oh, nutsack. No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. My brain just remembered something, but it's okay. Ten's got some real stunning stuff. And then 12 goes like really like smash to your face, like Mahler, Brahms, Bruckner, that kind of symphonic writing. Like the writing feels like symphonies in 12. Like really either massive overtures or big first movements or big finales. A lot of quite traditional orchestral symphonic writing. What's up, Shovel Up? How's it going? Thank you for 4 months. Look. Hoorah! Hoorah! And it's like, yeah, some of that's stunning. There's some really devastating music in 12. Really gut-wrenching sounds. Like at the end of like the Sid's Laboratory, when you're in the cloudy place, Mount Gagazet or whatever, Mount Orneas, Mount Baromeses. See, I know everything, so I got it. I got it. They do. Thanks Nobuo is amazing. It's got, you know, it's a really interesting arrangement. And what I really like in the middle section is when they do the You're Shining and it shows callback Kaisith from P3. Well, the good news is you don't need a PS5 to play Final Fantasy 15. But yeah, it's like there are little references here and there in the Thanks Nobuo. So there's some lyrical references, and there's the world map theme of FF7 in the chorus. But a lot of it's pretty original. Yeah, P5 is an interesting album. Like, I think... So P3 I really loved. I don't think there's a track on P3 I don't like. I'm thinking like maybe something like... It's not... Is it Steam Breather? Motormouth? Motormouth. Steam Breather is Mastodon. Yeah, Motormouth might be one where I'm not like always on for. But pretty much banger central. P4, I feel like had some that I was less into. And then P5's a ride for sure. It's it's an album. That's for sure. Yeah. Like, I feel like you can listen to P3 all the way through, and it feels like a very smooth journey from song to song throughout the album. I don't know. Maybe I'll need to listen to P5 all the way through. You know. But yeah, I saw they were in Europe, and I was like, by the time I'd even checked tickets for Stockholm, because that's the only place in Sweden they're playing, the tickets for Stockholm were already sold out. Like, I heard that they were touring Europe, went immediately to look for tickets, sold out in Stockholm. Yeah. I mean, I can tell you, like, my absolute dream gig would be to play bass for them if they ever decided they were going to have it, like, a new bass player or having a live bass player. That's the dream gig right there. Like, I don't think there's anything I wouldn't do to play live on stage with Periphery. That would be insane. The White Knight. The White Connect. Oh yeah, because yeah, like me and Spencer are like this, right? Like we see each other all the time. I mean, the other thing as well is like, I mean, I'm not suggesting for a second that I look like Nolly, but like, we're both bald British men with beards. Fuck, I've got an NG3. Like it's an NG2. That's my bass. At the back, I play a Dingwall. I play the same white 5-string NG2. Like, he's English and I'm Northern Irish. Like, we don't sound in any way alike, but we've got a similar aesthetic. I could probably get away with it on stage. Yeah, I actually had to blow off Matt Halpern for lunch the other day. Just busy. Well, the reason... Okay, so the reason I have a 5-string is very simple. Most of the music that I actually play in my gigging life is all 4-string stuff. And if I was gonna do like straight like classic rock or rock and roll sets, showing up with a 5-string is a no-no. It's really funny. Like, I absolutely love that culture. Like, there's a guy, singer guitar player, and he's got a band that do classic rock, and he's like, if you showed up to our rehearsal room with that bass, you would be walked right out of the room and we would never talk again. He's a nice guy, and we got on really well. But it would be inappropriate. However, most of the stuff that I do is in that indie rock into hard rock metal stuff, and having a 5-string is useful to have. To be honest, like, most of the music that I want to play, or like if I had like my dream scenario or whatever, a lot of it would need a 5-string to play on. 6-string's a bit much. Yeah, I would say like 90% plus. You wouldn't even need to go near having a 6-string. But I like having the B string is nice to have when you need it. And also, every now and again, it's quite nice to throw in some bass stuff. Like, if you're doing shows, like I've played bass in musicals before. And having a 5-string to throw some nice deep end octaves in there is really nice. I'll do anything to piss off the MD. Like, at the end of Act 1 of Billy Elliot, when it's the police brutality wall song or whatever. I don't even remember what it's called. But it's fucking heavy as shit. And it's got a sick-ass guitar solo in the middle of it. So a guy I was working with, we did that. And as soon as we got to that track, for some reason, the volume on my amp just kept going up. I don't know how, why, whatever. I was just sitting there just chugging. Fucking massive piece of music. Absolutely love it. Yeah, like that's the thing. It's like I could easily buy a 4-string and get away with it and probably get by with most gigs without having to worry about it. But I don't lose anything by having a 5-string. And if it comes to a scenario when I need it, I'd rather have it than not have it. And I'd rather have one 5-string than having a 4-string and a 5-string and bringing out the 5-string. You know, for one, bringing 2 basses to a gig. And 2, you know, bringing out a 5-string for, 1 or 2 songs in an entire set. So, yeah. But it took me a while to get used to. I kept flubbing up playing the... I was playing half the shit in the wrong keys. Because I needed to adjust to the fact that I had that. But yeah, Cypher's definitely a Fallen Knight. Like, I mean, if someone's got his back, I'm there for it. I'm ready to support that. I know a lot of people don't like Cypher. But, you know, but the thing is, he plays the role really well. Like, the character works really well, which I think is super important. Like, that's one of the things with, like FF8, even with all the teenage angst. It comes out really well. Of course it's not. Who plays on the remastered version, am I right? I don't want to be looking at my character models thinking they're plastic. Yeah, I mean, like, the other like gig of the year or whatever would be playing bass with like Devin Townsend. And then I would need everything tuned to open C. But I think that's like a real, that's a oneer. Like most of the time having the bass in standard does the job absolutely fine. At no point have I felt myself thinking, my gosh, I either wish I had a 6-string or I wish I was in a different tuning. Alright, let's go. The world map, fair enough. Oh, like I've had a thing for a long time. So I don't have any tattoos. I think about tattoos a lot. I love tattoos. I can absolutely see a world in which I have them. I haven't, like, I've never felt the need, or like a real desire to do it. But like Final Fantasy icons would definitely be a thing I feel like would be really strong, but for more than just like the cool aesthetic or whatever. So like having Bahamut and Tiamat front and back of the shoulder, so like maybe like Bahamut in the chest up to the shoulder, and then scapula in the back for Tiamat going up to the shoulder. Because you've got Tiamat and Bahamut from Final Fantasy, very cool. But then you've also got like the old stories of Tiamat being the goddess of salt water, and Bahamut, the representation of Absu, having the god of fresh water. You know, and then they, you know, have children and they kill the father and then they take his sight and all that stuff. There's some really cool story shit around those. But like stuff like the Griever icon is stellar. And, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know, it's like I have a thing about the remastered versions or the PC HD releases, which I think is a more appropriate term for most of them. But like, yeah, it's kind of wild. Like FF7 PC is okay. FF9, like the HD one, they just look they look like wax models on nice backgrounds and stuff. So I don't know. It's pretty weird how it all ends. Scooby-Doo. No, the OpenC would be for Devin Townsend stuff. It's mostly in Drop C, unless it's the Casualties of Cool, which I think is in Standard. Scooby-Doo. Pew 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 pew. That Ifrit did. I don't know which one I would take. They're like, as far as the Bahamut and Tiamat goes. Like, I would have to really, like, it's the concept that I'm excited by. Over like having thought about which game at this stage. Okay. Sorry, I just want to focus a little on the steps for a minute. I think this is all new compared to what I was doing before. 10 tattoos, shopping around for an hour for your 11th, another Final Fantasy shocking. It happens. It's totally fine. It doesn't have to be. It's not the only thing in the world, I hear. But it could be. Alright, here we go, 8 steps. But yeah, definitely something I have a big interest in. Just haven't felt like a drive to do it. But I mean, like, VIII for it is badass for sure. But he does have some skinny legs. You can't hide that. It's true. He's very powerful, but you know. Yeah, there's some really weird ones. Like the FF16 of Frit's pretty fucking cool. I think he's badass. Like, don't know, because he's really dark as well. So like, I don't know if that. I don't know if that color palette would actually work well on the skin at all. It might. But I'm not sure about it. True. So the other thing that I could do, which would be the cringiest thing ever, would be to get my marathon times like on my arm and be like go right back. So it was like 7 to 9, 7 to 10, 6 to 10, and so on. And then people will be like, why do you have a bunch of Roman numerals and timestamps on your arms? And I'll be like, let me tell you a story. But yeah, I don't know. I'd need to think about like how I would want it. So I know I would definitely want like a full arm sleeve, chest and back, like left and left side or one side. So like chest, half back, chest, and full arm. I don't know what I would have on the whole arm. Oh, nice crit cars. Soul Crush. I'll be fine. But like, I mean, like people have got more sensitive spots in certain places than others, right? And then some people will get sore and other people's won't and stuff like that. But I mean, the reality is, like, I would need to get into the situation of it happening first and foremost, so. What? Another gold split? How does he do it? How does he do it? Small feather just below the right shoulder blade. Fair enough. That is fair. You know, but that fits canonically with the story as well. Very important. Calvadia. And suddenly into snake jazz. Speaking of counterpoint, there's a very beautiful two-part counterpoint going on here. I mean, like, so I don't know if like Uematsu lost a bet or something when it came to the soundtrack for FF8, but like the amount of percussion, like I call it ancillary percussion. So things like shakers, triangles, wood blocks, that kind of stuff. There's a lot of it. I actually don't know if Uematsu's work was orchestrated by someone else or not. I've not looked into it. It's very common, for those who don't know, in like TV and film and such, for the composer to just write the melody and like chords and chord progressions. And then someone else will fill out the harmonies and the parts and put whatever instrument and things like that. Like even right up to like people like Hans Zimmer and John Williams for Star Wars, Pirates of the Caribbean, whatever, stuff like that. Whatever film you associate your composer of choice with. Pretty standard. Certainly for film. And you might have like a couple of things. Like I'm certain that when John Williams did the Jurassic Park theme, he's like, this is definitely a French horn melody at the start. Or whatever the notes are, I can't think. Incredible. Metal bass music is no reason to be as good as it is. It's like, that's another fine example. You know, maybe Uematsu was gambling one night, you know, with one of his other composer friends. And they said to Uematsu, I bet you won't put porn music in your next Final Fantasy game. And he's like, really? Watch me. And the missile-based music was made. The horniest music in Final Fantasy. Oh, I mean, like, yeah. Like, it's super common in film for other people to do the orchestration. Like, it's very standard. Like, early on, yeah, you might do all the work yourself. But you get to a point. I mean, the thing is, he's really like Hans Zimmer is effectively taken over the action-adventure soundtrack of the 21st century now. So, like, back in the day, it was a lot of it was coming from John Williams. That's where your Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, many others. And then Hans Zimmer came in, did Dark Knight, did Pirates of the Caribbean, Interstellar, I think he got like a lot of the really high profile sci-fi action adventure film gigs. Some salaryman from Square we bet for triangle motifs. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. But yeah, they get to go super ham when they do the live shows. Like, the guitar work is just so rock and roll in the Black Mages. All the pinch harmonics and squealies and bends and whammies, so good. And just keyboard solos out of the ass. Many, 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 many keyboard solos. Possibly, yeah. I think, like, sometimes, like, people will insist on having like an unknown composer or a lesser known or something to try and get really like fresh and original sounds. It's like every now and again, like, I'll watch a film and I'll be like, oh, I wonder who wrote the music for this. I'll be like, I've never heard of this person. I was like, what have they done music for? This is their first film? What? Okay. The other one, I guess, that like I thought was going to become really big and do a whole bunch of films. I'm trying to think of their name. I think Thomas. I'm feeling Thomas as the first name. Big old cheater. That's me. Howard Shore. I don't know where I got Thomas from. Howard Shore, the guy that did The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. I was for sure he was gonna get a ton of gigs. And I feel like he has to have been asked for a bunch. Like, I would find it hard to believe that, like, filmmakers didn't go to him to do soundtracks. And maybe he was just like, nah, like, quite happy living the life that I life that I lead. You know, in Lord of the Rings, Hobbit was maybe a passion project. But yeah, like watching films with live music are amazing. RTE do that quite often. So South of Ireland, there's an orchestra that will quite often have they go film on a giant screen and have the orchestra on stage in front. Very cool. And then I guess your alternative is you get James Gunn in, and he's just like, let me introduce you to my 80s and 70s playlists. This will be the only music we need. Don't worry about anything else. I got it. I'm like, we were thinking. He's like, no, you weren't. This is everything. Man, poor Irvine, being marginalized. He's a good guy at heart. He just wants to open up to people, and they won't let him. Sound films a live score. Interesting. Yeah, I'm sure that would be really cool. It's interesting to me every now and again when you see people doing things where they like improvise to a song or over parts or create things, and then people are like, this is the most impressive thing ever. How did they do it? How did they know the music changed? And like people are blown away. They're like, oh my, what an absolute talent. What a treasure to music. And anyone with half a musical brain about them has got to be sitting there going, these people are morons. Right? It's like anyone who struggles to follow the structure of a song, it's like, if it's now granted, right, there are pieces of music that you would not be able to follow. Like, you can have stuff that's going in and out of like regular time signatures. You can have stuff that's got, you know, odd phrase lengths and time changes and stuff. Fine. But 99% of the time, these people that do it, like there's Drumeo and there's the piano one, and it's like play along to the song. So if you've got a decent player, it's not going to be difficult. It's like, okay, what key are we in? Great. Things are usually pretty easy to follow. Hoorah. Speedrun with a live orchestra? That would be crazy. Imagine a speedrunner getting to the point when they would be able to hire even a chamber orchestra to accompany their run. That would be insane. That would be insane. God, I'd love that. That would be ridiculous, right? well, exactly nerdier. Like that's a different concept. But generally pretty doable. I mean, a lot of the improv shows that have pianists, it's usually a piano player at improv shows, and they're doing musical things and whatever. Like they just make it all up. And that's just having like an understanding and knowing the players, knowing the singers. Like that's the easiest mistake, I think, by far, is not knowing the range of your singers. And you start playing in a key and they're like, well, I know where the melody wants to go, or I know where I should be singing, and it's too low or too high. And that can get pretty grim. I mean, I did a lot of brass quintet arrangements of stuff when I was at college. Not video game music per se. But I've got some arrangements of like rock and metal stuff and what else? Let me think. Oh, it was like mostly like orchestral symphonic stuff. Oh, that would be insane, guys. Imagine the next G3 or B3 or something. And it's like Petrucci's like, I've been thinking, we spend a lot of time just doing each other's songs and like, you know, doing classics by like Page and Hendrix. How about this time we just do video game music? But yeah, I had one. It was a karaoke night, and you could like, I guess I don't want to say nominate people to sing. That sounds completely wrong. But it was a karaoke night, and you could put people's name down and, you know, the song for them to sing and stuff. And someone got me to do, I don't remember what's the name of the song. It's by Queen. It's not Having a Good Time. Don't Stop Me Now? Yeah, Don't Stop Me Now. And I started and I was like, okay, I can handle this. I'm like tenor 2 maybe. Like baritone is my like my comfy. Like yeah, I can do a good job in baritone. But I can get up to like a B, a C on a really good day. So I can do some tenor stuff. And then as the song was going on, I was like, I can feel it's getting a little uncomfortable. And it was like, it was slightly out of my range, like slightly. So I could do maybe 90%, 95% of the song. And then it got the bits and I was like, not very comfortable up here. And some people laughed because they could tell. They were like, "Oh." It was like the most awful sympathy thing where it's like, "Oh, it's slightly out of your range." And I was like, "I know." But hey, Miz, how's it going? Yeah, there's some Queen songs I can do exactly as is, and there are some that I'm just not there. And I could work on it. I think I could maybe get there, but I'd have to really put into it. Yeah, I mean, like, for almost any PC game, you could put whatever music you wanted into it. It's physically possible to do for most. Yeah, going good, Mizzo. So just getting through the new stuff and different stuff. So just need to get comfy with that. That's the main thing. Realistically, there isn't an awful lot that's actually different, but this is just so that Carsey and I are on the same page with everything. So things like steps, a couple of different menus, and then a manip at the start of the game, which is very cool. So yeah, I just need to get it. There's one thing which would be really cool to do. I don't know if we'll get it. It's there's an encounter skip you can do, but you have to do quite specific movement on multiple screens, and like force your encounters in the right place. I don't know how precise it is, so I'm gonna try it. The thing is, I don't know if that knocks the encounter table or not. So that's something I'm definitely going to have to learn more about. So when we get there, I'll check out, because I've got all the encounters written down. So if it does advance the encounter table, then when you do the 2 forced encounters in Esthar to get initiative, that will change. So that is definitely something to know, especially with the new Esthar menu where the 2 fights get you a 3 and a 7, so you actually get the ability off those in 2 encounters, whereas you used to get it after a 3rd encounter. So other than that, all grand and good. So I've got my I was updating the incentives list. Today. I mean, so you can joke about the pre-made campaigns. So the obvious answer is Saltmarsh, greatest ever pre-made campaign. And then there's the one, I don't remember which Tiamat one it is, but it's the one that everyone hates. I mean, I've just... So, fortunately, as part of being a music teacher, I've had the pleasure of working with multiple singing professionals, and you just take everything. Like, that's the best thing about when you do like a thing, like a course or a training thing or a residential, where a lot of money's gone into it that you've not spent. That is the perfect time to just go out the door. It might be Rise of Tiamat, I can't remember. But there's one I'm pretty sure it's one that people rag on quite a lot. Zoom. Alright, so we are going to pause it here because we've reached pretty much 3 hours flat, even though it says 2:49, but Mexico. Doing great, Killjoy. How are you? Here's the land of guns and diabetes. Brav. Okay. But yeah, that is going to do it for me tonight. So we've got Nice and Stuck Into. Disc 1. Let's mute that. But yeah, so of course, shorter stream tomorrow. So the incentive Hujima What's It for Kingdom Hearts is there. But I won't be doing that until after Legends. So just to let everyone know how things are playing out. So this week and next week is going to be all Final Fantasy VIII. This weekend I'm in the arcade again. So I've only got the weekdays of this week. And then next week, Monday, Tuesday, rather. And then ESA Legends starts on Wednesday the 6th through Sunday the 10th. FF8 is the opening run with Carsey and I. So once I've got that done, I'll just be there chilling with the rest of the runners. Schedule has been released, so you can check that out at the ESA Marathon website. And then once that's done, literally as soon as it's done, 11th, I'm picking up the keys to the new apartment. 12th, I'm going home. So I'll be home from the 12th until the 21st, get back on the 21st, 22nd, moving into the new apartment. In the arcade on the 23rd, 24th, 25th, I have free, but people often know those dates as Christmas. And then the 26th is when we're starting the 1 to 16 marathon. So things are going to be pretty wild, pretty crazy. So yeah, we're going to just take it as it comes. The reality of the situation is I've got from the 22nd until the 26th to move into my new apartment, set everything up for the stream and the marathon and get it going. So it's probably going to be, give or take, as slick and smooth as the last one. I don't think it's necessarily going to be the fastest, but who cares? Because it's the first one with 1 to 16, and it's a test. If I can do it, then I can do it again. And that's the important thing. So, now that we've got all that nonsense and shenanigans out the ways, yeah. So tomorrow, normally when we would do what do we normally do? Kingdom Hearts. It'll be more FF8, and then we'll get Legends done and we'll crack it on from there. So let's have a quick juke. I'm interested in this. It's awesome to be live. But yeah, so it should be, I mean, like the schedule's below. So it should be 7 o'clock tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. It should be 1 o'clock until 9 with a break for dinner in the middle. And then weekend working in the arcade. That's really brutal. It's been a hot minute. Since I've been there. But yes, otherwise, have a splendid rest of your Tuesday, and I will see you all tomorrow. So have a wonderful day. Oh yeah, obviously, like, comment, subscribe. Love my other content on the internet. It's very important that everyone does that, and it makes me lots of money because that's good for business. Yeah. And oh yeah, listen, everyone go into Discord and post your favorite memes in the channel because that's gone off the rails. Yeah. Splendiferous. All right. Well, have a lovely evening, everyone. Take care. I will see you tomorrow. All the best. Take it easy. See you later. Bye bye. I need to hit the button. Now.